How's that?
Hey Adam, how's it going?
Hey Jeff, it's great. Uh, thank
Good.
you, thank you for joining.
Yeah, yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Where did I catch you?
Here, let me just close
Yeah,
this
sure,
door.
sure, sure.
Um, I'm in Utah, in the
Utah.
US. Yeah.
Wow, I've never been
Yeah.
there, but it's on my
Yeah, where are
list.
you from? Yeah,
I'm
Utah's great.
yeah, I'm in Bratislava in Central Europe. It's
Okay.
it's next to Vienna or Prague. It's a small
Yeah,
city, so
yeah, of course. Of course. No, that's awesome.
yeah, perfect. Uh, do you regularly do these interviews, or it's how
Yeah.
how it's going for you? Because to me, it's like this is my very first one.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's good. It's good. I understand essentially, yeah, what you guys are looking for and being very transparent and um, wanting to help. You know, that's my thing. I love doing these. I love helping people develop new products, and especially as it relates to people and HR. So it totally get it that it's your first one. Um, I'll be very chill. I'm a very chill
Okay,
person,
perfect.
so
Perfect.
don't worry about it.
Yeah, I will mess it up definitely. So yeah, you can expect it. So maybe we can jump right in if you're
Yeah, let's do it.
okay. First of all, is it okay with you if we record this for
Yep.
internal purposes? Perfect. Thank you. So, um, hi, my name is Adam, and I'm working for this team as a consultant. And my job is to learn. You basically said that. So, we are researching for a new product, and like first half an hour is for just discovery, and then I will show you some prototypes, and you will be looking at it, and we will talk about them. So
Okay.
yeah, the first part. So maybe you can just start with telling me about how your current role works,
Mhm.
what you do, what kind of roles you typically hire for.
hmm Yeah, so I'm the head of talent acquisition here at Tech9. What we do is we do custom software development, like outsourced software development. So
Okay.
my whole role is to find engineers that meet the products or meet the project criteria for our clients, kind of what they're looking for. So 99% of the people that we hire for are going to be technical talent. So engineers, so software engineers, AI engineers, data engineers, QA, UX design.
Hmm.
So anything that kind of encompasses the full SDLC or software development lifecycle. And yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. And do most of the people do they apply through a job posting or do you headhunt them?
Yeah, good question. So it's a mix. There's a
Hmm.
mixture of both. It kind of depends on the role. So for more complicated roles, I'm going to be sourcing, going out and finding them. For the roles that are kind of like basic, especially like QA, we just let them apply, we filter them out, and we can just go from there. So if it's more complex, then we're definitely headhunting. I would say that it's about a 60-40 split between like sourcing and like headhunting and inbound applicant.
Ah, okay. Okay, nice. And from what I have like learned, there are some positions that have a lot of applicants and some that do not. So I suppose you got
Yes.
some, like what are the worst?
Yeah, so are you saying like what are the worst in terms
Like
of we don't get a lot of applicants or
the opposite. If you get like way too many or
oh way too many? Yeah,
yeah.
QA, so QA roles we get so many. I mean, it's been interesting because actually we get a lot of applicants for most physicians. It's just getting them qualified, right? So
Hmm.
we've set up parameters within our ATS that will filter out the candidates so we don't really see them.
Hmm.
But I would say QA um, and like project management types of roles, so not the super complex software engineering roles, we get tons of applicants.
Yeah. And what does a, I have a weird question, like what does a success for you look like in hiring? I mean, it's like speed, quality, or satisfaction for the candidates or you. Like, I guess it depends on the role. So maybe.
Yeah, the so we have three KPIs that we follow. So and they're supposed to even each other out. So there's the speed, which is like time to fill, how fast we can get the roll in. And then there is a retention score. So if they're here for 3 months after we hire them, that's good. And then a quality of hire metric, which is done by like surveys and feedback. So I mean, those three, like, so the speed and the quality, making sure that it's not just speed that we're focused on, but we're getting both of them. I would say it's, having one versus the other.
Hmm.
I've learned the hard way that if I focus too much on speed, I can't get the right people. If I focus too much on the right people, then I'm not fast, right?
Hmm.
So you
Yeah,
have to kind of measure the two. So speed and quality are the two that I look at, and it's a balancing function.
I see. I think I get it. Yeah.
Yeah,
And what do you use for ATS and maybe also the related tools, plugins, or whatever? I think I read
sure.
it was the Jazz HR.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Jazz HR, which is underneath the employee family, so like Lever and
Hmm.
um so Jazz HR is our ATS. We're actually moving to Rippling at the
Hmm.
beginning of the year. So Jazz HR and then the plugins that we use like Hire View, so for video on demand. Obviously, LinkedIn Recruiter is a big one. Other plugins, I'm trying to think. We don't have any like sort of filtering plugin like an easy hire or anything
Hmm.
like that. We don't use. Um, yeah, I mean, it's kind of basic. Like
Hmm.
Jazz HR, Hire View, like Calendly, for
Hmm.
scheduling,
Yeah.
um, and
And
then like Google Suite.
yeah, yeah, got it. Perfect. And why are you moving to Rippling?
So it's kind of an overall organizational change. We're switching our HRIS
Hmm.
to Rippling, and Rippling just comes with the ATS. So,
I
and
see.
I've wanted a more robust ATS for a while. And I
Hmm.
think that like based off of my evaluation of Rippling, it was good, but it was kind of like I was forced into it, but I didn't really feel like I was forced into it because I was looking to get away from Jazz HR anyways.
Hmm. I see. Great. So it's a good news for you, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, it's a good thing. It really
Yeah.
is. I think I'm excited for it. I'm excited to have like everything in one system so that it's not these manual tasks of like, okay, we've got the person signed the contract.
Yeah.
Now we go and communicate it with the other people. It's already in the system, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Got it. Perfect. And yeah, here's another set of questions related to pain points and workflow. So, for your typical opening, how
hmm
many applications do you receive? And maybe you can, split it into different types. For example, you got technical roles that you headhunt for, then you got those high volume. So,
hmm Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, we get a high volume, especially since um like beginning of 2024.
mhm,
we've had high volume across everything. So like on a high volume role, so like a QA, we'll probably get like 3,000 applicants.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
And like, is that one role or it's multiple roles for different areas or
One role.
one role?
Yep.
No way.
Yep.
I was like
Yeah.
200, 300. Wow. Oh my God.
No, the lower on the lower end of things, it's about 2 to 300.
Lower end.
Yeah.
Okay. And
But but the thing is they aren't qualified, right?
yeah.
So the statistics show that it's about 0.05%. You heard me.
Mhm. Yeah.
0.05% of people are qualified.
Point zero. Okay. That's surprising.
Yeah.
Maybe can you walk me through what happens when the applicant arrives to,
Yeah.
like how do you shortlist and what is it like the job
Yeah.
offer, click apply and stuff?
Yeah. So what they'll do is they'll apply, and then we have a set of questions that are so when you apply to the role, it's like you submit your resume and whatnot, but then there's usually it's about 5 or 6 questions. And we've designed the questions for each role, we set it up differently, right? So we've designed the questions to be more like open-ended rather than do you have this experience, yes or no?
Hmm.
Because they're just going to say yes, right? Every time. So what we do is like it'll be how many years of professional experience do you have with this? And then where are you currently located? Um, more questions that are open-ended that doesn't seem like it's like, oh, I answer this way to get in the door, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if they answer all the questions and they meet the criteria like within the filters, then it'll show up as new, as like a new applicant in our system. If not, if they miss a question, then we don't even see it. It just goes into a does not meet qualification.
Hmm.
And yeah, that's how it is. So it's like we
Okay.
only see the ones
And
that answer the questions the way that we've set them up.
just let me understand. It's like true, false, replied or didn't reply and chosen the right answer, or do you also, analyze or is the
Yeah,
logic
yeah, good question. So it's like, for example, a question will be how many years of professional experience do you have,
okay?
with like automation or I don't know, with a specific skill set.
Hmm.
And then you'll have different options that they can choose from. So it's
Hmm.
multiple choice. So it's like 1 to 2,
Hmm.
3 to 4, 5 to 6. And
Hmm.
then we set up the parameters where it's like if they answer 1 to 2, then it gets
Yeah,
disqualified.
got it.
They go into a bucket. So yeah, so like in a logistical thing, it's a true or false type of a thing, right? It's like if they answer within these, then they're
Hmm.
good. If they answer within these, then they're not good.
Hmm. And what is the most time consuming part of this process? Uh,
Of setting up the workflow or of the hiring process period.
maybe the both, because I imagine you need to set up the questions, and once it's set up, then it's like doing its own thing, and then
Hmm.
after the low percentile of people gets in, I guess you need to get through all of these and choose and this type of stuff.
Yeah, I would say the most time consuming. It's not necessarily setting up the workflow
Yeah.
because, we heavy lift on the workflow, right? So it's like you have your list of questions, you can just tailor them a little bit. Like that maybe takes 30 minutes to just like open up, right?
Hmm.
It doesn't take super long. But the evaluation of the candidates and like the sourcing headhunting part, that's going to take the longest. So it's
Hmm.
it's like going through cross-checking if they actually like meet the criteria, because what we do is we've got multiple cross checks. It's like they answer the questionnaire. It's like, what does their resume look like? Projects they've worked on? Do they actually have the skill sets? And then we always verify a LinkedIn profile.
Mm-hmm.
because now a lot of tools will allow you to like create resumes based off of a job description. So it's like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
does your LinkedIn match what your resume is saying? If so, then we're good, right? Like then we'll send out an invite to take our initial assessment or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say like sometimes, the applicants, even if we have a high volume, they get through, then we'd have to go and headhunt if they don't have the qualifications to
Mm-hmm.
meet. Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely
Okay.
that like initial sourcing quality check, like
Mm-hmm.
that's what takes a long time.
And is there any how to say uh like a kind of information you wish you could quickly get from every candidate?
Yeah.
Like, they pass through or they don't, but you would maybe ask people the same thing, but you still need to, ask deeper or more.
Yeah. So where I think that there's a huge opportunity in the market is if you can create an agent or something along these lines of verifying that that they've done or that they are where they say they are, right?
Hmm.
So it verifies, yes, they've done that. This has been their role. They've done this. Here's a link to their projects or something like that. It just verifies where they are. I know that LinkedIn is working on something like that, but
Hmm.
um that's the biggest piece of information that I think is missing, right? Like you can put whatever you want on a resume or even on a LinkedIn right
Hmm.
now, right?
Yeah.
So it's verifying that they do what they say they do and that they work where they say they work.
Hmm. And if there was something like this, would you be open to, implementing it?
Oh, I would buy it right now.
Okay. Okay. That sounds nice.
Yeah.
Uh, Good, good, good. Perfect. And I'm moving to the next section. Um, uh, have you seen any AI tools for, doing a first interview, or how do you feel about it? Like, screening and
Yeah.
this type of thing.
Yeah, so I've tested a lot of different tools for this. So for like
Mm-hmm.
doing a screen, um, like there's chat bots or things like that. I've seen a lot of these. I'm totally open to it. Like I think that's the future. Uh, the only I wouldn't want it to be for every round. I wouldn't. That's that's not what gets people to join a company, right?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Like if it's about the relationship.
Yeah.
So as long as I'm able to develop a relationship with somebody
Mm-hmm.
still, then absolutely. But like an initial screen, I think it's really helpful, especially for high volume applicant
Mm-hmm.
pool. Like I would absolutely want them to fill something like that out.
Perfect. So you wouldn't be hesitating to use it and uh,
No,
try it out.
not at all. Not at all.
And like, do you have any worries about how candidates would feel about it? Let's say that there
Sure,
would be pre-screening and
sure. I would say that high volume roles, I wouldn't be too worried about it. It's like, you're up against 300 other people that are qualified, right? Or
hmm.
like, you know, you've got to fill this out because we're not going to look at everybody.
Yeah.
Um, for the for AI engineers, for example, like that's low supply, high demand. I wouldn't want them to have to fill that out or do
Yeah.
that. Like I would go because I'd be reaching out to them. I would be like, this is a person-to-person contact. You're with me. So I would probably do a mixture.
Hmm. And do you see any roles that are technical that would be like a good fit for this? For example, that's for another business, but design roles or motion design roles and
Yeah.
usage of specific software.
Yeah, totally. I think particular roles of like it kind of the higher demand I kind of talked about like QA,
Mm-hmm.
project management, um even like basic business like SG&A roles, so like
Mm-hmm.
recruiters, um you know,
Mm-hmm.
recruiter have I get a lot of applicants for recruiter roles.
Mm-hmm.
So at UX design, I do get like product design, I get a lot of applicants. So it would be good there. But I wouldn't say it's not like, oh, this fits within this department.
Mm-hmm.
It's for a large
Mm-hmm.
supply of people, maybe like less complex type
Mm-hmm.
roles. It would be best for those.
Maybe like SDR sales, would that fit?
Yeah, yeah. So like basic SG&A, like lower bar to entry,
Mm-hmm.
so like
Yep.
less qualified or like less experienced.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, perfect. We made it to the end of the first section sooner than I thought. So I would jump to
I've
the
done a
depth.
lot of these. I've done a lot of these, so I kind of have like a
You know what I want to hear and ask. That's great.
that's good.
That's perfect. Cool. So uh, let's jump to the prototypes. And I
Okay.
hope this all will work because now it may start to get clunky. So I hope not.
You're
Um,
good.
yeah. Can you see my window?
Yeah.
The incognito, right?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So uh, I'm not yet sure if this is the right flow. So anytime, just stop me and ask, right? So don't worry about it. So let's say that you got something like this. You can read it out like for
Mhm.
yourself and let me know what you think.
Ask questions. Just doing programming. Good working. Okay. Okay, great.
Okay, well, what's your first reaction to this text?
Yeah, like this is it's really succinct. It's good. I think that the one thing that kind of stood out to me is non-blocking, like why it's great. Non-blocking it never rejects, it just clarifies. Like my why I would want this is like if it could screen them out. So if it clarifies things, is it just it's like would it be after the applicant is has met the basic qualifications and then they're taking this to clarify specifics within their role or things like that? That those are things that I would want to know. I like that it automatically is like, okay, like let's say they meet the basic qualifications, it sends it to them directly. Like I don't have to worry about sending anything to them, just does it automatically. I like that. I'm I'm this would save a ton of time. Like I can get that. Um I'm like, but if it's an AI interviewer, I would want it to grade the interview and like move them out if they don't meet, you know?
Can you tell me more about the grading? Like, are you thinking about seeing a conversation and let the AI grade it and
Yeah,
filter it
that's
out?
correct. So it's like based off of a transcript or based off of how they communicate. Because a lot of what I do is outsourced software development. So it's,
Hmm.
you know, people in India and people in Latin America
Okay.
and, you know, assessing their English skill.
Ah,
So
yeah,
it's
I
like,
think yeah.
yeah, could it be like, okay, your English is like, you know, a B1 or B2 level. Requires a C1 type of proficiency.
Hmm.
You're out. And then if they can't answer specific questions into like their work or things like that, I would want it to just knock them out.
Hmm. Okay, perfect.
That's kind of my natural thought is I would want it to block.
Hmm. Okay. Okay, perfect. So this is like the initial value prop, or how to say it. And now I
Yeah.
will show you the demo piece by piece. So
Okay.
let's say that at Stripe you got this position, right? It's for executive, like
Yeah,
let's call it
account
a
executive
salesman,
sales. Yeah,
right?
sure. Yeah.
So I would just,
I hire for those who are
yeah, perfect. So I would just copy it and create create an AI interviewer uh,
based off the job description.
based off the job description. Uh,
Okay.
right now, take it with a grain of salt. It's just a demo, so you would be
Right.
able to tell it like, okay, I want a very screening, very filtering
Hmm.
questions on top, or I want more open-ended questions and stuff like that. So right
Yeah.
now, I have made it in a way that it puts
Hmm.
some screening questions on top, like how,
Yeah.
do you have 10 years of experience? Yes, no.
Right. Right.
And uh, and you have follow-up questions that are
Mm.
based on what they reply. So
Okay.
you would instruct the AI to ask about companies and roles contributed the most and stuff like that. I will show you the
Yeah.
interview in a second. So then you have
Hmm.
another question that's screening, and then you have some open-ended stuff with more follow-ups where you have um, let's call it a more in-depth discussion about like the
Yeah.
situation they got into, and so
Yeah.
the survey would look like this. Imagine it
Okay.
as a link. You would send to the applicant from, let's say, the ATS. So yes, no, I don't have 10 years of experience. So okay, how many? Let's say 7.
Hmm.
uh,
Mm.
let's go to I worked for McDonald's, sold basis. Okay, so you can see I cannot write, but it understands at least.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, it was set to 2 follow-up questions. So let's say that yes, I have, and so on. I will jump back in and let's see how it would behave with an open-ended one. So tell us about the complex negotiation you led. Uh, I talk if was uh, deal. Okay, so I have 4 follow-up questions. So you
Mm.
can set up the logic you want in a way you want. And in this case, it's probing for more info, like stakeholders and so on and so on and so on. So
Yeah.
uh, this is the process of building the survey and the example of the survey. And if I switch here, um, this is how it looks when you see the conversation on your end as a
Hmm.
recruiter. So you got a list of people, you got all the questions and answers you asked. And other thing is that there's a feature where you can chat about the responses. So for example,
Hmm.
you got this a large pool of applicants, and you can ask stuff like who did the best for the first question, or
Mm.
maybe something more meaningful, but let's bear with me. And the AI will go through all of it and will get you some let's say some list.
Yeah.
So uh, when I sum it up, this is it in bullets. Uh, I will show you 2 more combination of this type of product. Uh, so you get the screening chat interview, you get the generator that will generate the
Hmm.
questions, the automated follow-ups to dig deeper to ask knowledgeable questions with the domain knowledge. It works out of the box, so you do not need to integrate it to your ATS. and you can share the surveys or interviews with the link. So, for example, you can send it manually to people, or you can set up your ATS to send an automatic email after they, press apply. So they will just click in and fill it out.
Great.
So, working with data, you can read the conversation in the app and flag candidates and chat about responses with AI. And it costs $3 per completed conversation.
Hmm.
So that's it. And what is your like reaction to this? There is no wrong answer. If you think it's completely wrong about anything, I'm more than happy to to hear it.
No, I think it's so my initial thoughts are, setting up the interviews. I like the follow-up questions. I If I had to type out these questions, I would not complete the interview. And I wouldn't expect my candidates to complete the interview either. Typing out answers to like very open-ended questions,
Hmm.
that's that just seems so time consuming and a little bit unnecessary. I would want a feature where you can have like, okay, so how many years of experience do you have? 7. Can you explain to me the context of that experience? I don't want to type it out. Like, I would want to speak to it and then have the transcript take it. So having that ability, that's what I would be looking for because anybody can type something out. They could go into Chat GPT and, take in that and have a really good response. I want it to be verbal, and then the transcript
Hmm.
is taking that. So I would want to see that. I wouldn't want to give the option to type in those open-ended types of questions.
Hmm.
Um, but I like that you can integrate. Um, you don't need to integrate within the ATS. I like that option, but then setting up the link within the ATS, that's good. I don't have any concerns about like how it's developing the questions. It seems like pretty Gen AI, like it's just taking from an open AI
Hmm.
API or, using
Yeah.
that. Um, yeah, those are my only thoughts is like chatting. I would
Hmm.
want to, I would want it to be verbal.
Hmm. So you would not at all want the chat people to input, but to
Mm-mm.
enable voice and
Yeah,
I'm just
unless it's
repeating. Yeah.
yes. Yeah, enabling a voice feature for the open-ended questions. So
And
even
would,
if it is a follow-up question that's more open-ended, like the experience. So do you have 10 plus years of experience, in SaaS or, working, as an account executive, let's say,
mhm,
and they say no. And then it's like, okay, how many years of experience 7. Okay, explain to me the context of, your 7 years. And then it would be a voice input.
mhm. And for the voice input, like the open-ended questions would be only voice input enabled, right? So
Correct.
it wouldn't be possible to type text because of, let's say, do you think like people can cheat?
Yes.
Is that the main objection?
I would absolutely say that people can cheat, but also it's for the candidate experience.
Hmm.
Like having to type something out, like a long response like that.
Hmm.
Like I even face that with, applying to studies,
Hmm.
you know, is
Hmm.
that they make you submit like these long paragraphs and stuff. And I'm like, I hate this. I just want to
Hmm.
talk. So being able to talk and express your thoughts, like I would want that for the candidate as well, because it's a lot quicker.
Hmm.
I
And
can explain the context of my experience fast.
perfect. And would the AI talk to you using voice as well, or is it okay to have text? So
I
so
wouldn't say that I need the AI to speak to me unless it's like an accessibility feature, you know.
Mhm.
I'm I'm hard of reading, like am legally blind or something or have dyslexia, then I would want it to have that option,
Yeah.
like in terms of accessibility. But for the most part, I wouldn't say that that's needed. I like being able to read the question while I'm
Mhm.
responding.
And would it matter to you if you had the actual recording of the voice or just the transcription?
But I would like both,
Hmm.
you know. I would like both.
Hmm.
But the what I would want this tool to be able to do is to grade it based off of the transcription.
Hmm. Okay. And yeah, I think let's move to the next prototype, or how to call it, next demo, and
Yeah.
then to the third one
Okay.
after another discussion, and then will be a bit more fun, I guess. So I will jump right in. Here's the other one. It's the same thing, right?
Hmm.
The only difference is that it's called connector, and it connects to your ATS. So candidate do not does not need to fill out their name or email, because otherwise
Right.
they would need to do it. Uh,
Hmm.
so there's a little bit of the hassle on your side, and because of, or thanks to this, you get the thing
Yeah, automated.
automated. So well, you wouldn't, I guess you would need to do some setting up as well, but it would do the same thing as this one.
I would rather have connector than solo because it
Yeah.
would just do it for me.
Okay. And the last thing about it is that the conversations are synced to
It-
your ATS.
yeah.
It might not look like, very structured text, maybe just some kind of a markdown note,
Sure.
because of the nature of the. Uh,
Yep.
so, what do you think about this combination?
Yeah, see, I would rather go for that because it's automated. So you would do some heavy lifting, but you wouldn't have to go back and send the link to the candidates manually and like set it up. Um, I would want to have the conversations go into the ATS automatically just because that's where I house all my data, and trying to get all of the data from different tools into the ATS, it just takes time manually, so I'd want it automated in there.
Hmm. Okay. Um, okay. Is there anything else that comes to your mind, or may we just jump to the next one?
Yeah, let's go to the next one.
Perfect. Okay, so the third one is called the judge. And the difference is that you can define your requirements. So you got a uh, question with multiple choices. And just like it's very similar to, user interviews. You
Yeah,
got, accept or reject, and it's recorded. So that's the
right.
first thing. Whoops. And because you get this data, uh, there is a leaderboard or a table with the candidates that's sortable with the score based on these defined requirements. But there is no sync to the ATS. I will
Hmm.
show you the leaderboard, how it looks. So again, it's similar to user interviews. You got names. You can check the answers. You got status, if it's qualified or unqualified based on the score. Uh,
Hmm.
and you can even
Yeah,
check the conversations.
yeah.
So let's go back here. And now,
That would save me more time than having it integrated within the ATS.
hmm
Having it grade things for me
hmm
is like huge.
hmm
If it can grade things for me, I can go in, do a brief quality check. That makes things so much easier. I'd way rather have that than have it integrated.
hmm And let's say that you got there this open-ended question with which has four follow-ups where you try to, dig deeper into the knowledge of the candidate. Um, would you trust AI to, to assess the requirements?
Yeah, if I can train the model, so like
hmm
if I can train it based off of the follow-up questions and train the rubric of
hmm
things and be like, no, this was actually a good answer, you marked it as average. This is good because of this. Then it can learn based off of what I say. Then
hmm
absolutely. Like if I do the front load of training it, then yes, and I would be willing to do that
hmm
because in the end it's going to save me more time and it's probably going to be less biased.
hmm
So it's yeah, like I would trust AI to do that.
hmm So if this would fit your workflow, or yeah, how would this fit your workflow? Can you walk me through where you would plug it in and where would it stop? Because as it is, not integrated in a way that it would fit directly, but you have this table. At some
Yeah,
point, you need to hand pick and do stuff.
sure.
And
So the way that I would put this into the workflow is I would actually So I would still within Jazz HR, I would still have the pre-screening qualifications on things on like the questionnaires and have it filter out the first batch. And then I would use this as the second batch.
hmm
So they've already answered the questions and I would use this as more of a let's dive in deeper. And it would send to them and it would be like describe a complex problem that you solved and it would just have the the
hmm
questions and the rubric based off of that. So I would go in, I would have it separately and I would put them into judge. So like if I liked their profiles after the initial application and they fit it, I would then move them into judge. I'd give them 2 days to complete it, go in and just check it.
hmm
And then I would move it back and maybe like if I can download the table or I can like take a screenshot of their score, I would go in and upload it into the ATS.
I see. Yeah. Yeah. So like a the CSV download with all the, okay.
Yeah.
And is there anything that you would be missing in the workflow? I'm just thinking out loud. Like you got this list of people. Would it be better to, let's say, click on those that you would want to sync in?
Yeah. Yeah. Like I would want to keep the data for every candidate just in
Okay.
case they apply.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I would want to
Mm-hmm.
keep it of like, oh, they failed judge,
Mm-hmm.
that first time, but like we can do it again or like they were close.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I would probably want it all still.
Yeah. But would it be a deal breaker? Let's say that there wouldn't be this ATS sync of the conversations into the if you just
Not
had the leaderboard,
what I would probably do then is I would set up within the ATS a box or like an interview type of a guide,
Mm-hmm.
and I would just go to the leaderboard and copy it in.
Okay.
So it's pretty manual,
Mm-hmm.
but I would do it that way. So it wouldn't be a deal breaker per se. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it would be a little inconvenient,
But it
and I
would
might get
be,
a note.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I I guess I know where you're getting. How many of this would you need to do for your high volume role? Let's say you are in the end of the
I would
process.
I would only do like 10 to 15.
Ah, okay. Okay, so those like uh the yeah, what's next then? The next is like a real call or
Yeah.
hmm and
Yeah, so
the
I
co
would
yeah.
sorry. So I would say I take the top 15, put them into judge. My guess is half of them fill it out.
Mm-hmm.
So I meet with seven or eight,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Okay. And let's go back a little. Let's say that you would keep the process of the very early pre-screening with the button questions, and then
Yeah.
you got after for those who pass, we'll get the let's call it the deep questionnaire, like with the
Yeah.
more follow-ups.
Yeah.
If you would not have the process that you already have implemented, let's say that you go to another company and you are in the same situation and you do not have this already. Can you imagine using the same thing, but let's say in this tool you would have a pre-screening type of a thing that would
Mm-hmm.
generate only the clickable stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and then you would have the other type of thing that's rich.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, good question. I would like it all, I mean, like in if I could snap my fingers, I'd like it all to be in one thing. So kind of like they could fill it out in one sitting, you
Hmm.
know? So they apply, it's a pre-screen. If they meet the pre-screen, they can just continue on with the
Ah,
deeper
okay.
follow-ups. So that way it's not like, oh yeah, I want to meet. It takes out that step of me in
Hmm.
between. It's
Hmm.
like they answer the basic questions. If they answer those, let's just dive right into the complex stuff, like the more rich, like dive in deeper questions, so that it's just done in one thing.
Hmm. That's a good point.
That's how I would do it.
Yeah. That's a good point. Uh, what do you think about the pricing? Uh, let's say $3 per completed conversation.
Yeah, let me do the math. So, like, let's say, so it's consumption based. I'm not a huge fan of consumption based models, and that's just because I like it to be, I like to forecast things across my budget.
Hmm.
And, like you could have 30 people complete it for one thing and then 10 for another, and it's just hard to forecast what that cost is going to be.
Hmm.
I would want it to be like you'd have your tiers. So you could choose a consumption-based model, but I would want it to be like unlimited at this amount based off of how many roles you're hiring for.
Hmm.
That's my opinion.
I understand. And let's say, like, I already can see that $3 per each conversation for the seat that gets 3,000 applicants. That doesn't make sense.
Right,
So let's say that we talked about the pre-screening with only button questions.
right,
Let's say that there is no AI because there is no consumption of tokens. So,
right,
for example, these would be for a fixed price or whatever. Let's say for $10. I'm making things up,
right.
and this is for the high volume. And then you
Uh-huh.
got those deep questions. Would it make sense if those were priced differently if they are using, AI and go deep and it's much less of them?
Yeah, I still would want it fixed.
Okay.
I know that AI is different because it'll go off of a consumption, like using
Hmm.
tokens and things like that. Um, but even having like you pay a fixed amount per month. So let's say you pay $300 per month for 100 conversations,
Mm-hmm.
and you just get that amount, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you get 100 conversations and it's kind of bucketed.
Mm-hmm.
And then it can transfer over. So it's like you only use 250 one month. It goes to 350 the next month because you're paying 300 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make
Mm-hmm.
sense?
Yeah, 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 it does.
Like that's how I would want it to be. So
Mm-hmm.
however that would work.
Okay. Okay, that's a great point. Perfect. Uh, and if you could combine the perfect combination of the three of these three, like what would you handpick?
Judge and connector on one, it could integrate within the ATS.
Mm-hmm.
Like where the leaderboard's already integrated in the ATS, and you
Mm-hmm.
can just automatically send it where it's like, okay, they apply, they get judge, it goes through all of this and it implements their score. Even if it's like, okay, it's integrated in the ATS and you click a link and it goes to their score
Mm-hmm.
on judge, like on a separate link, I'm fine with that. But
Mm-hmm.
just having it integrate within so the data is in there, that's kind
Mm-hmm.
of what I would want to see.
Okay, cool. And uh, I imagine there would be, let's say, there would be an integration where you would create some custom fields in your ATS and let them populate from this tool. What fields would it be? What would you like to have? The conversation. Um, what else?
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, good question. So I would want the score,
Mm-hmm.
the leaderboard, so their score, just period, their score, the leaderboard, and then the conversation. So it's like if you need to go to the conversation or you're doing like a quality check or you want to know specifics on something, those are the three I would look at.
Mm-hmm. Do you see a way how the leaderboard could be in, synced to the ATS? Because what I see is a table, and
Hmm.
imagine I have no experience. I have nothing to do with ATS until now. And how would you picture this in your ATS? Is it okay? Like the most simple version would be just the CSV, which is
Yeah,
dumb and it's not synced, if something new
right,
comes in.
right. So what I would do is I would keep it within Judge and I
Hmm.
would just have it as a link
As a
and
link.
you
Okay.
could go to the leaderboard because then it's automatically populated as things go through.
Hmm.
Or
So,
or it could show something where it's like I'm looking at Finn Carter. Finn Carter, out of everybody in the candidate pool or filled out a conversation, he was number two out of 50.
mhm. Okay. So,
That's
so
it.
the point is that you live in your ATS and you want to
Hmm.
be able to get to places from there if
Yeah.
it's not already there.
Yep.
Okay. Makes sense. Um, just let me scroll through my questions. Uh, yeah. What might prevent you or your company from adopting something like this?
The pricing model, I think,
Hmm.
like in the flexibility with the pricing model, I think would be a big thing.
Hmm.
The I'm trying to think like what else. How if I can train so the customization of
Hmm.
the model, so like how the model learns and how the model works, I would want to be able to customize it.
Hmm.
So that's my biggest thing is like with out of the box tools, sometimes you can't go and customize it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I would want to go in and be like, okay, this is my model. I'm customizing it to my requirements or like what I would like to examine and
Mm-hmm.
evaluate.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would say those two things. So like price customization and like model
Mm-hmm.
customization, especially as it relates to AI.
Mm-hmm. And what about the security? Are you big on certificates or the SOCs or ISOs or
Like SOC 2. No. Um, I mean I would expect it to have some level of security, but that's not a huge issue.
so let's say that imagine you have this combination that you pictured, like everything is there, even the voice stuff, the
Mhm.
integration with the ATS. Now you see it on the website, and there is no security certificate, just that, for example, let's say that it's compliant with the ISO, but it's not really certified yet.
Or
Would you be like, all right, let's try this out, or would you be
yeah,
okay, perfect?
we're not we're not big enough
Mm-hmm.
where we're like, man, that needs to be SOC 2 compliant.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Like we don't build our own products, so it's
Mm-hmm.
not that big of an issue.
How big are you, by the way? Forgot to ask.
We're we're 250
Mm-hmm.
people, like 250-ish employees right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I got another question. Like, if you were recommending this to a friend, what kind of recruiter or company do you think it's the fit? Like, it fits the best.
I would say enterprise for right now.
Mm-hmm.
So enterprise meaning like 1,000 plus
Mm-hmm.
employees where they are hiring more like 200 to 300 people per year. Like
Mm-hmm.
in my mind, this is high volume oriented.
Yes.
High volume, like SDRs, you know, entry level software engineer type people. Like in a company where, we hire about 100 people a year, but it's highly customized hiring in a sense
Mm-hmm.
where it's like we do sourcing, we have manual or we have inbound, but it's like a big mixture. Whereas like so that's like 50, let's say like half and
Mm-hmm.
half. It's like 50 roles are inbound, 50 are we go and find them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like with those 50 roles, you would, if I'm doing the math, so the 50 roles, we would use something like this for like, let's say 15 people times the 50
Mm-hmm.
times the three conversations, 2,250 per year. Like if you're looking for customers to pay a subscription of like 2,250 bucks per year, then it would work for us. But if you're needing a higher consumption because of the cost,
Mm-hmm.
then I would go more enterprise.
Have you worked at a position in the enterprise
Yeah,
like this?
yeah.
I guess the procurement and all the getting in would be much more difficult.
Definitely the sales cycle
Mm-hmm.
would be longer,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
But you could start it where it's, more mid-market, but I just see this more as like a high, like lots of
Mm-hmm.
hiring, or even
Yeah.
like kind of like a yeah, like a manufacturing, just like something where it's just like you've got a lot of people coming through the door.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And who do you think it's not for? Like not at all.
Like startup, mom
Okay.
and pop type
Okay.
shop.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
startup in the sense of high growth startup. I think that it would
Okay.
be actually pretty good for high growth startup because of how lean the teams are.
Hmm.
That's actually a good point. So high growth, like fast growing, like small TA teams, so small
Hmm.
recruiting teams, those this is something that would be used for leverage there. Like
Hmm.
that would be good. Um, but if they're just kind of like small company, don't
Hmm. Yeah.
like I would say like forget about it. Like they're not gonna have the money for it
Yeah. Got it.
or the use.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. I think we have a good timing. I have a
Good.
last question. It's like the obvious one. Would you like to stay updated if we keep developing this area?
Yeah, for sure. Like, and if you have any other questions for me, like I'm
Oh,
happy
okay.
to help.
Oh, thank you very
Like,
much.
yeah, like if you have any particular thing or you start developing a new feature or like you want to take there's something in the conversation that you'd like more feedback on, yeah, feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to help.
Perfect. That's so sweet. Thank you very much. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
dude.
so well, if you will ever find a way like yourself in a situation where I could be helpful in some way,
Yeah.
just give me a call or whatever.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude.
And hopefully I'll be able to visit Utah at some point.
Yeah, dude, you should, man. You should. And I want to get over to like the Prague area. Like that's one area I really want to go to.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. All
Perfect.
right, Adam. It's nice to meet you, dude.
Nice to meet you as well. Thank you very much. Have a
Okay,
nice
yeah,
day.
thank you. Yeah, see you, dude. Bye.
Bye.